Thanks for staying with us for the final lap with our guest, Dr. Olumide Emmanuel. Abika had a question. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, so you talked about the kingdom marriage and the African marriage. And most of the people who want to make excuses for why women are not cool or not okay with the behaviors of married men these days, they want to say, our forefathers, they had different women, they had side chicks, our mothers were okay, the family life was okay. But now you women, you're starting to fight and the family is scattering. You're a man. I want you to say from your point of view, were they truly happy or were they subjugated?
You have answered the question. They were, you see, all this, our mother stayed with my father for 30 years, 50 years. You see, they were not happy. Most of the women in those days were not economically empowered. So when they came into the marriage, the men were the only provider. So for economic survival and sustenance, they had to sit down there. So many of our parents and mothers, grandmothers, they endured all kinds of abuse. And they now redirected their attention and affection to the children.
Is happiness not relative, sir? Because happiness to you might be happy. Happiness to another woman of the 80s is that my children are grown up, they are successful, that makes me happy.
That's psychology. In psychology, in the law of survival, every time the ideal is not available, you move on to the available. So the ideal is that your love relationship, your joy should be in that marriage with your husband. When your husband is not there, you attach it to the children. So those that don't have children, they can attach it to their job or to it. So that is psychological survival. So for most of those parents, they ended up now putting all their affection on their children, start calling their children my husband or call me and all those stuff. And that has become part of the problem we are seeing today, that many of them now become dangerous mother-in-law. Have you ever had father-in-law problem? It's always mother-in-law. Because most of them, they now see their children as a retirement plan, as a survival plan, as an escape plan. So when the sons now marry, they now want to go and destroy the son's marriage to stop the son's wife from enjoying what they did not enjoy. Many of those people that you thought were surviving, that were there, not enjoying it, many of those marriages, there was no sex for 30 years, for 20 years. And they were there. Many of them looking older than their age. They have mommy's room, daddy's room. They created a coping mechanism. So most of those things that they did is what this generation is trying to fight, and they were now going to the other extreme. Because don't forget that in that house, a boy was growing in that house, a girl was growing in that house. The boy is looking and saying, I will not be like daddy. I will not do this to my wife. The girl is saying, no man will do this to me. So by the time the boy comes into the maturity stage, he's trying to be a good man. The girl is meeting, is already coming with, so everything you say, what do you mean by that? You're like, hello, babe, we're not fighting. But because she's coming from the trauma of our upbringing, you now find out that you have sometimes a loving man and a cantankerous woman that is, everything is a fight. Or you have a woman that is like, I don't even want marriage. Marriage is a scam and all those stuff. So it's a major challenge.
It's a follow-up question, actually.
Okay.
So where do we find the balance? And as a man, what do you recommend? Because this has become a menace in the society. The man trying to superimpose, I'm the man, you must respect me. The woman trying to say, no, I cannot be like my mother, you can't subjugate me. So we need a balance for future. And what do you recommend, if you have to recommend, for people that are going into marriage?
So once you are going to marry, my number one recommendation is go for premarital training. Make sure that you are well schooled. And it's not that, it's because theory and practical are two different things. No matter what they teach you, when the practical come, but at least you have enough weapons, enough knowledge, enough information that can help you navigate. Oh, this is what they said. You know that when we watch film, every time we watch movies, they always portray pregnant women as people that are spitting, hungry, shouting, but that's not the truth. Do you understand now? So by the time people go with that kind of narrative, when they now get married, they are not even ready. Many people get married, they don't go for any marital class. Nobody has taught them the processes, the kind of dresses, how to do it. So it is training. Once you have the right knowledge, whatever you face, you have enough information.
Can I just quickly add to what he said? The truth is that all of us in this country, as Africans, to black people, we need therapy. Because first of all, you need to understand your triggers. You need to understand what's going on from your childhood. You need to solve your own problems before yoking with another person. Do you understand?
So
it's not just about a couple counseling. You need therapy, first of all, to identify your issues.
I want to talk about trust and betrayal. We know that trust also stems from dishonesty, unfaithfulness, broken promises, and all that. and they've said that once something is broken, it can never fix, it can never be the same again. So truly, can there really be sincere forgiveness? And can the cheating spouse ever really stop if he's remorseful? Can he truly stop?
So yeah, a cheating spouse can change. A cheating spouse can be transformed. That's I can give you testimonials of that. Completely is possible, but they need to go through a process to get to that. When it comes to rebuilding trust takes time. And now, please listen to what I'm about to say. Forgiveness does not necessarily mean forgetting. Forgetting takes a longer time. Forgiveness is a choice, it's a decision. And you don't have any choice but to forgive. Because not to forgive somebody is to hate yourself. Yes. It is like you drinking poison and expecting somebody else to die. So forgiveness is not all you must forgive. But now, that process of forgiving, that process of forgetting will take time. So yes, trust can be rebuilt. If someone has disappointed you, male or female, let's deal with it, let's talk about it, let's go through the process, and let's now establish boundaries. You see, there are people that go back to their exes. They have, unfinished business with a lot of other people. And ex issue is sometimes a very, very complicated one. So when you are in a relationship, there has to be boundaries and there has to be intentional accountability. When you do that, it helps your marriage. When you have trust issue, if for instance now, I'm leaving in the morning, oh babe, I'm going, then as I enter the car, we have left this place, we are moving to this place now. Oh, we are in this place now. Oh, we are leaving this place now. It gives you, oh, this person, we are always together, we are communicating, I know where my wife is, I know where my husband is. Those kind of things helps to build trust. And then there are some things you have to intentionally sacrifice to rebuild trust. If you know that these are things that will give a wrong impression of me, then you avoid some things. If that marriage is important to you, you make the sacrifice.
Dr. Olumide, there's a situation that I know about. There's a man who is a church worker. He's not a pastor, but he's a minister of God. And he's been very committed. Him and his wife, very committed. They've been in church for 20 plus years. So he's a man, people see him as a man of God. Now, his wife had always complained that he wasn't very romantic or even sexual with her. So she accepted that maybe he's not really into this sex matter. 20 years into marriage, she finds out that he's actually gay. Now, the reality is that he's been having this sexual relationship with other men that she had no idea. And then she found evidences that for years, that's how he's been getting satisfied. That's why he doesn't come to her. Now, she's scared because she doesn't want to bring this up to the main church because this is somebody that it will scatter the kingdom.
Yeah, that's their kingdom.
It will scatter, because the man is well placed, it will scatter everything. Then it also scatter the family. There are children involved. If this thing gets out, there are friends in school, family, cousins. So she's having to hold it, and she doesn't know what to do. In that kind of thing, because the reality, a lot of men today, or a lot of women are finding that their husbands are actually bisexual. It's a new problem. It could have been an age-long problem, but now, how do we even navigate this new problem?
Okay, so please, I'm a pastor.
Yes.
I celebrated 35 years in full-time ministry last year. So from 1988, we have been, so I can tell you for free. When I say religion and church has destroyed people's life, it's all this, he's a spiritual person. That somebody is born again and is a Christian does not mean they are normal people. Do you understand? Ignorance is not a demon. I'm a pastor. I've pastored the same church for 30 years. And I know, I have thousands of members I pastor. I know many of them are not normal. I say it to them. So church is like an hospital where people come to. Some people are responding to treatment. Some people are not responding to treatment. Some people are in intensive care. So that situation right now, the fact that he's a spiritual person does not mean he's an emotional person, does not mean he's mentally okay, does not mean he's psychologically okay. So that relationship, you got married to someone. The person is not having sex. In what world is it normal for a young man not to have sex? That's an abnormal behavior. Even if somebody does not have libido, there are some things that will help you to know that this one is abnormal. So what did you now do in year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5? When you discover that you now sat down there, you accepted it. You could have discovered what you are discovering 20 years ago. You could have discovered 2 years ago, 2 years in the marriage, 5 years in marriage. But we refuse to go for counseling. We refuse to go for, you see, many times I say to people, you see, hey, I don't want trouble, I don't want trouble. You will end up seeing trouble. Because sometimes you need to put your foot down and say, I am not okay with this thing. Because and this thing falls more to the men's side. People are looking for the fruit of the womb. The woman is going to hospital. Every time I pray, if you are trusting God for the fruit of the womb, it's women that will come and say, are you people all right? Where is your husband? What are you coming here to do? Will you impregnate yourself? Go back from here. Go and leave this altar. Men, follow your wife. Your husband is not here. They will know. It's always women. Go for a test. The man will say, I'm okay. Whereas he may not be the one that is okay. But the women are okay with it. You see, instead of to say, excuse me, Mr. Man, you are my husband, I love you. We are going for this test. If you are not going, then it's a stalemate. Exactly. But we think that is the thing you need to begin to do. It doesn't mean you don't respect or honor him. It means we are in this marriage together. This is our destiny. You cannot put me in a place where you are not there to help for us to make this happen. So somebody's not giving you sex, you are not discussing it.
Let me go on for 20 very short break. When we come back, we find our final lap.
It's food for the soul.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.